We are
live. Hey, Gen X, are we adults yet? Being the new kid sucked. It had to happen, and so it happened.
Hi, I'm Jason.
And I'm
Austin.
We are Gen X, and welcome to our podcast.
I'm going to give a shout out to our followers. Thank you for joining us. Monday Crew, you guys rock. We love our international followers. A huge shout out to everyone outside the United States of America. And of course, much love to our Gen X family right here in the good old US of A. I want to say we have a huge following in Germany right now. Something happened over there. We blew up. I ain't going to lie. We blew up. So shout out to everybody listening from the good old country of Germany. That's what we call it. I understand they call it something different.
Germany.
Deutschland. So, hey, guys, not to sound stupid, we appreciate you guys listening. We see you guys on the map. Vietnam. We are growing in Vietnam. You guys are rising up. So, shout out to you guys, too. We see you. Thank you guys for checking us out, man. Hey, so Vietnam and Germany, you guys are listening. Find us on our Facebook, man. Find us. Let us know who you are. I want to give shout outs. I want to kind of, see some folks out there. I don't know if it's like native folks, like German folks, or if it's like Americans that are over there.
What's the viewer count in Germany, bro?
It's up there, bro. They are the second to the United States.
Yeah.
And the United States is dominated by California.
Sure. And Canada.
And you know what? Honestly, there was a whole other... Who else was coming in hot? Some East Coast folks. Shout out to South Carolina. Steve in South Carolina. Shout out to you. All right. Anyways, hey, being the new kid, we all hit the finish line at the same time. But if you go back year by year, we were all the new kid at one point in time, making new friends again. Would other kids like me? Would girls be nice? Would I find a girlfriend? Being the new kid mostly sucked, but sometimes it had to happen.
Holy shit, you were a new kid.
I was a new kid my sophomore year.
When you presented the subject matter to me, I was like, yeah, I'll do that. But then I was like, yeah, I've never been anything but the stationary
kid.
Pretty popular, well-known throughout everywhere I go kid from a small town.
Right.
Except for jail. I was a new kid in jail one time.
Oh, we'll talk about that. Hey. When I moved from Antigua to Ripon, I was the new kid my sophomore year.
Yeah, that hadn't occurred to me till just now when you were reading that, dude.
Mm-hmm. Manteca, I was born and raised there, same elementary school all the way through, except for kindergarten, right? So I was that in Manteca. I was the standard standard kid or whatever you call it, right? All right, I was a new kid at Ripon my sophomore year, 87, 88. Where were you guys, 87, 88?
It's 3 and 4 years old. I was getting hit by a motorcycle moving to town, dude.
I was punching you, making you fight your big brother with pillows wrapped around you and shit. I knew a few kids already when I moved to Ripon, so I wasn't entirely a new kid, but I didn't hang out with those kids. I just knew them. I'm like, oh, hey, and like, oh, hey, you. Sure. I know you from football. And like, you know what? Some of the kids I knew a little bit better, again, because I was friends with Justin, and Justin lived on Madison Street. So I kind of always knew those kids that lived real close a little bit better, right? Because I'd seen them more. Sure. And then, all of my Manteca Cowboy friends. So shout out to you guys. So it was friendly and it was welcoming, and it wasn't completely, 100% unknown.
That's an interesting dichotomy because Ripon's such a snow globe of a town. Everybody grows up from K through 8 before they get to high school with each other. Yeah. So you're coming in from Manteca, which is not a small town like Ripon, but a small town, but not at all like
Ripon. And I went to a smaller town.
Yeah. As a new kid in Ripon in 1987. That's different, man.
I found the smoking section pretty quick. Oh, I want to give a shout out to Michelle and her crew for being my first Ripon friends. Michelle watches the show every now and again. We're friends on Facebook. Not Michelle, my kid's mom. We're still friends, but she watches. I'm talking Michelle. We'll just say Michelle M. You're my first Ripon friend when I was in high school, so I appreciate you and your friends and stuff, and that was really cool. So I found the smoking section pretty quick. The party kids. We didn't have an official smoking section, but we did have Caps Way, a little alley. I literally, like, the way the block was set up, the school was like long ways on the street, and there was a street that dead end right into the hospital, into the main office. Off the street, one house deep was an alley, and right behind that house was our smoking section. So it was like literally the closest place to the school. The school office physically couldn't see us. I'm telling you, in the 80s.
That's where you made friends?
Oh, that's the smoking section. That's where all the stoner kids was.
Sure.
Right. If you know, you know.
Right.
And so I also played football my sophomore year.
That's the story I always heard.
So I played. I didn't.
From not you, but from Dad.
Yeah. So I played. I got to walk onto the team. I didn't warm up with those guys. I didn't practice with those guys all summer. So I had to do like a week of Hell Week or something, or warm ups or whatever. I had to do something, and I got to play. And then so that's when I started meeting all the all the jocks of the school. And that's where I got to meet all the rest of the school, basically. You know what I mean? So that was pretty cool. So my sophomore year, I found the smoking section, the party kids. I played football. I met the jocks. Shout out LJ was my neighbor, and which ultimately turned out to be pretty cool. He turned out to be a lifelong friend too.
Lauren Johnson.
LJ.
Chris Johnson too, man.
Yeah, shout out to those guys. So I played football. Hey, you know what? Here's a good thing, or here's an odd thing. I kind of forget about this. Manteca, like 8th grade, freshman year, I started smoking cigarettes. By 8th grade, I was smoking every day. And not a pack a day, but a pack every 2 or 3 days, maybe.
Smoking cigarettes.
I was smoking, right?
Sure.
When I moved to Ripon, I quit smoking because I didn't know if there were smokers there. I didn't know, how that fit. Yeah, in Manteca High, there was 3,000 kids in that school back in 87 or 86 when I went there my freshman year. And I hung out across the street at Zippy's. Shout out Zippy's. My goodness, if you know, you know. So shout out to Zippy's. I was hanging out over there, and that's where all the long-haired stoner kids were. And it was just normal to smoke, right? It was no big deal. I come to Ripon, it's smaller and it's cleaner. And I'm like, I'm just going to wait and see who's who, right? I didn't smoke my entire sophomore year. That was the trip.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Should have kept that up.
Well, I didn't.
No.
Fun fact, when I did start smoking again, there was a few friends close to me that, gave me a hard time. Oh, that stinks. You shouldn't do that. That's gross. Why do you do it? Blah, 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 blah. And the fun fact is they smoke today. What?
All of them are smokers, and you are no longer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What up now?
Winning the war, dude.
Winning.
The story I always heard about you being a new kid that year from Dad was that he went out and bought you a bunch of new clothes, silk shirts, torn jeans, and that when you got to the new school, they were against the dress code.
Oh, so it was shorts.
Sure.
And any shirt that had to do with alcohol or anything like that. Corona was stupid popular. Spuds McKenzie was every fucking wear.
Those are the things that I hear, like Budweiser shirts, stuff like that, the way Dad tells the
all
story,
that stuff, right?
And you couldn't wear any of it.
We couldn't wear shorts to high school. No, we could not. I remember that. Yeah, 100%. Mm-hmm. So, here we go. I want to introduce a few new segments real quick. Gen X Spotlight. All right, we'll come back to the story in a second. Gen X Spotlight. I want to touch on Corey Feldman real quick. Touch on, not touch. Touch on, not touch. Shout out to Corey Feldman. We almost had him on the show recently.
Still hoping a little.
We're still holding pattern, right? We heard he was rushed to the hospital recently. After he landed from a plane, he was rushed to the emergency room or something. That's as far as I read. I haven't followed up, but want to make sure that the old core dog, the old sea dog out there is safe and well. I'm a fan of Corey, you know what I mean? And
dude.
Anybody who's out there just banging out who they are, they're, be you, your tribe will find you.
He's a genuine, true American original.
That's
Corey Feldman.
So
American
much
authentic.
love. Right. So much love to him, and want to make sure, that, we put all the love out there into the universe for him. He's still making music. I think he just, Goonies Day just passed. The anniversary of it or something like that. So all those things. So you keep
never
going,
say
Corey.
die, buddy.
Never say die, buddy. All right. I think I'm going to credit this with the first party I went to my sophomore year. It was at Sarah's house. I won't use last names. It's not a big deal. But anyways, I think we're at Sarah's house.
How far from our home was Sarah's house?
Sarah's house. Oh, God, I can picture it. What street was that on? Good Lord. On the other side of town.
Okay.
We were on Mulholland. Had to cross the freeway and go deep to the other side.
Okay.
Right? It's way over there. So anyways, we're over there and there's a bunch of people hanging out. And it wasn't like, like anything raunchy or just over the top. It was just people hanging out. There might've been beer or whatever. Right. Anyways, so I'm at this party and I think it's like the first one I went to, and I'm still kind of learning everybody, still kind of, trying not to be all stupid or whatever. And here's the part I can't remember. Cindy, if you're out there. Okay, Cindy, okay. How did the Fuba Wooba thing start? I remember I thought you were already at the piano playing like what I would call like elementary school songs, or just playing Vera. She was on Vera, playing songs. And I came up and like looked through the book and said, "Do you know that one?" or something like that. Or I wasn't sitting at the piano. I can't play piano. Or somebody was already there, and I think I flipped through the book, and we both kind of go, "Hey, we both know that song." And then either Cindy or someone else played it. We sang the song or something. Fuba Wooba John.
What is Fuba Wooba?
Fuba Wooba John? Oh, I'm glad you asked. Let me play that for you.
Please elaborate. Fuba Wooba. That's all I hear. It's like an 80s cartoon saying it, like Captain Caveman or something.
Saw a flea kick a tree, fooba wooba, saw a flea kick a tree, fooba wooba John. Saw a flea kick a tree
in the middle of the sea.
Hey John,
Oh John, Fuba Wooba John.
I've never heard that before.
You didn't sing that in first grade?
Not in
with
my whole
Mrs.
life.
Long?
Not in my whole life, no.
No, that wasn't you.
wooba John. Saw a
So at least
John sitting on a hollow log. Hey John, ho John, fooba wooba John.
hey, I don't want to get a live bang, so I'm sure that's copyrighted here somewhere. Where's my mouse? So this is actually kind of funny too. I want to pull out an image file and my glasses. Look at this, you guys. Look. Hold on. Oh shoot, where'd it go? Here it is. It's not going to load invalid file type. I didn't reckon. Anyways, Cindy, in my yearbook, you signed it, "Hey Fuba Wooba John," and I had a picture of it. I guess this is, and it saved it as a ping file, and I'm guessing my software doesn't read a ping file because it's 2026 and they just don't do that kind of stuff. So it's kind of dumb. But anyways, it's right here. Cindy right there. Boom. I know you can't read it. I don't know if you can see it, but right there.
In the file, you can access still
Bam.
of the yearbook.
Just saying. So if let's see. You can't play it, or maybe Kirsten played it. There was somebody was playing it, but it was you and I like reading it in the book or saying it together or right at the same right? That was because you wrote it. Yeah. So anyways, that was like my first kind of official party. That's the earliest one I can remember. And it was just chill. I think I got really drunk and had to walk home.
And you were the new kid?
Yeah, I was a new kid.
Still a new kid? Like people are going, "Hey, new kid Jason."
Well, it's a really small, well, nobody called me new kid Jason, but they just, I don't know.
That's what I'd have called you.
Yeah.
Yeah. New kid Bubba.
So Fuba Wooba John is like an Irish folk song or something. I had to look it up or something. Fuba Wooba John, like what kind of song is that? John Denver. Only Gen X sang songs about Fuba Wooba John. I'm not sure if today's generation
Never
are
heard it
singing.
before. I'm one generation removed from you, dude. I've never heard
You're
it.
the next one.
Never even come across that before.
Chucky's sister's friend. That's who was playing. I should put all these on screen.
Crowdsourced that information, did you?
I did.
Yeah, I love that.
So, what about Little Bunny Fufu?
Oh, man. These sound like Wu-Tang Clan lyrics to me. That's all this sounds like to me.
You didn't sing this shit in like first grade?
Little bunny foo-foo, hopping through the forest, scooping up the field mice and bopping them on the head.
It's a good chord change.
That's it.
Down came the blue fairy, and she said, Little bunny foo-foo, I don't want to see you scooping up the field mice and bopping them on the head. I'll give you 3 chances, and then I'll turn you into a goon.
No?
What? One more through. I want to hear the chord change again right here.
Hopping through the forest, scooping up the field mice and bopping them on the head.
That's a sweet chord change right there, dude.
So, you didn't sing that weird shit either?
Nah, man, never heard of it before in my life.
Hey, Gen X, raise your hand if you know Little Bunny Foo Foo. Of course.
Foo
And
ba
if you
boo
think
ba
about it, it's a pretty
John.
violent song. This little bunny just hopped through a field and scooped up the mice and just bopped them on
Terribly
the head.
violent, dude.
So much so that the little blue fairy came down.
Browning or braining the bunny is what that song's about. It's
Braining him.
braining him.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Anyhow. All right, last one. April showers bring May flowers. We all know that one, right?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
That one we're familiar with.
How about popcorn popping on the almond tree?
Popcorn popping on the almond tree?
Yes.
No, but I like that.
The spring has brought me such a nice surprise. Popcorn popping right before my eyes. I
No.
could take a handful and make a popcorn ball that would smell so sweet. It really wasn't so, but it seemed to be popcorn popping on the almond tree.
I feel like Aaron would know
just
that one.
saying.
I don't know it.
All right. Hey, left turn. This week in 1987, since that was the year, my sophomore year of high school. In 1987, Black Monday, October 19th, the Dow Jones dropped by 508 points, and we give a shit. Why? We don't. We didn't give a shit then. We didn't give a shit now. Not back then. So the other one that was really big during that year was the Iran-Contra hearings. Remember that shit dominating TV? Maybe not.
What year was it?
The Ollie North and the Ollie North and I don't know, Ollie North stuff. It was the fall guy for, I guess we sold a bunch of weapons to Iran.
Yeah. That's a real thing that we did.
Through the Contra or the Contra rebels.
Funded it with cocaine.
Or something, blah, blah,
cocaine,
blah.
all
And
that,
it got blown up. And
Yeah,
so
I
that
only
was,
know
that was all over. That was all over TV. And it was like taking over TV and cartoons and shit. That's why it was a big deal. In 87 was also the big famous speech from Ronald Reagan to Mikhail Gorbachev, the leader of the then Soviet Union.
Sure.
You remember, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Sure. How long after that did they actually tear down the wall?
Soon.
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 So that's the day Grandpa quit smoking.
When the wall came
The
down?
wall came down, man.
Yeah.
He always
I'll quit
promised.
smoking when the Berlin Wall came down.
And story has it that it came on the news that they tore down the wall, and he said, "Son of a bitch." They put that pack of cigarettes on top of the refrigerator,
Son of a
and
bitch.
that was it, man. That pack was still there when we cleaned the house out after he passed away.
As a kid,
Untouched.
we talked about the Berlin Wall a lot, just in regular talk. That's how popular and common, and that's how it's the whole idea that Germany was cut in half. Berlin was cut in half. East and West Berlin
trippy.
was
Sure.
cut in half, and one side was free, and the other side was starving and ate, like rats and like spoiled potatoes, and you would get shot if you tried to climb over the wall.
As the result of what was the Berlin Wall? Some World War II sanctioned stuff.
It was
Man,
like
I should know.
It's
that.
like
It's
it's
embarrassing
like
that I have to ask that.
we're gonna fight, and okay, we're gonna cease fire, but okay, here's the borders.
Sure.
And it went right through fucking Berlin. And so
Sure.
families were cut in half. You know what I mean? It'd be, like the freeway in Ripon.
Yeah.
There goes the wall.
But
You're
I
just
never,
cut off.
I never understood who built the wall or why it.
Well, the bad guys, the Russians.
Sure. Sure. I'm gonna have to do some studying on that.
You go back and go to any 80s anything, and the Russians are the bad guys.
American or world history post Reconstruction is about as far as I got, dude.
So the wall did come down.
Yeah, wall came down.
The
I
wall
know
came
that.
down. I was in high school.
Sure.
It's kind of cool.
I was 3 years old.
All right. Through the movies that were popular in 87, having a hard time remembering what bangers came out in 87. Well, here's why. In my opinion, there weren't a lot for at least geared towards kids, right? I don't know. Anyways, 3 Men and a Baby was the top movie in 87.
Great movie. It's a great movie, dude.
It had Ted Danson in it, right?
Yeah.
So that's the Cheers guy.
America's most handsome man at the time,
fucking
dude.
The
He's
Cheers
most
guy
handsome man
left
in
to go
America.
do a movie. That's dumb. Fatal Attraction. I have not seen it,
No, never once.
but there was a beaver shot in there.
Isn't that the scene with the crossing of
That's
the
the
legs?
beaver
That's
shot.
that one, right?
Yeah.
That's the only thing I know about that movie. That and Michael Douglas has the good hair in it.
Beverly Hills Cop 2.
not the best of the 3.
No.
Or 4. I don't know how many, but the part 2 is not the great
Good
one.
Morning Vietnam was pretty cool, but that was not geared for kids.
That's Robin Williams?
That's Robin Williams.
Sure.
Yeah.
Never sat through that
Moonstruck.
one.
I have no idea. The Untouchables. I've watched that.
That's an okay movie.
That's a good movie.
Yeah. Kevin
The Secret
Costner
of My
couldn't miss.
Success.
I don't know that one.
I think that was the Michael J. Fox, right? Where he ends up banging his uncle's wife.
That's
which
right.
Is auntie.
That's right. That's
Secret,
an okay
right?
movie. Michael J. Fox couldn't miss then either, dude.
Yeah, well, whatever. Stakeout, Lethal Weapon, and The Witches of Eastwick. Lethal Weapon was good.
I don't know.
Lethal Weapon.
Stakeout. Lethal Weapon's cool, and The Witches of Eastwick is not something I know.
So, real quick, we'll touch on the banger songs from '87. So, it's again, this is my sophomore year. Walk Like an Egyptian is the top banger.
There you go.
All right. So, we got Heart. We have Shake You Down. I Want to Dance with Somebody. Nothing's going to stop us now. Say la vie. Here I Go, The Way It Is. Shakedown. Shakedown was from the movie Stakeout, I think. Shakedown.
I
Or that was
know.
from Beverly Hills Cop 2.
So far, I only know the very top of this list.
That's
Keep
what
going.
it was. And then we got some Bon Jovi. And then
There
we
you
got
go. Which
the
Bon Jovi?
Obama.
Say it out loud. Say it proud, dude.
Living on a Prayer.
There you go. Living on a prayer, dude. Better than any Motley Crue song ever made.
One for One.
Don't know it.
No, I mean One for One. One. Just. It's not. Wow.
You mean Living on a Prayer?
Yeah.
1 for 1 against any Motley Crue song? Yeah, I told you, man. I'll take Bon Jovi any day of the week over your band.
Oh, that's just you.
Yeah.
Fair. All right, back to the show. Back to our regular scheduled programming. All right. Hey, you know what? Being the new kid sucked for lots of reasons. You know, one of those big, those are fighting words, not falling for a banana in the tailpipe. Exactly. I'm the man who wrecked the buffet at the Harris Club. Classics. Classics. Oh, put them on, brother. There we go. The difficult part about being the new kid, you know, depending on what grade, and, you know, the difficulties are different depending on what grade. If you are changing classes and have a locker, good Lord, and you're the new kid, I mean, fucking much love to you, right? That shit's hard.
Sure.
That shit's hard. That's not that much fun. But if you're in elementary school and you're not switching classes, it's hard and it's difficult in different ways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, I don't know. Clothing. The older you get, the more important this is. The older you get, the more important their clothing is. Name brand or hand-me-downs.
Sure. Well, you have more control over it the older you get, right? You're not just at your parents' mercy.
Correct.
With regards to what you're wearing.
And if you look back at old school pictures, I'd be like, Mom, you let me wear that shit. Weren't you? Okay, one of us has to be paying attention.
I've got an old silk shirt like that too.
I would get like one good pair of pants and one good shirt when I was little. And it was like, go get your good shirt. Go wear your good shirt. I'm like, I'm going to wear my good shirt.
Sure.
Because I had one shirt with like a collar with the collars on it.
Shirt.
Yeah. Right. I did. And I got older, I kind of was a little stubborn about certain clothes. I would, didn't have to have, but I really wanted.
Yeah. I have stuff like that too.
The name brand stuff, but I didn't get a lot of them.
Yeah, but
right.
You took care of the ones that you did have.
Well, the pants and the shirts as I got older, like especially like what we're talking about right now. Yeah. I would have some name brand shit, but it wasn't name brand, but it was like I wore a lot of like the big puffy sweaters like during the winter and shit. You know what I mean? Like one year or something. And whatever was popular, you know what I mean? Whatever kind of trend, I don't know about trend, but just whatever was just how we dressed,
Sure.
We just, and then all the t-shirts and stuff, the band t-shirts and, shit like that. So anyways, who to eat lunch with? Good Lord. Your first moment of socializing, your first day of school, your first opportunity to socialize and not look stupid, or completely tap out and just go find a fucking corner somewhere.
What did you do?
We ate outside. We didn't have the cafeteria. We had the cookhouse, or a lot of people left campus and went to like Pizza Plus.
What was your first experience of being the new kid at lunch with the way Ripon does it? Because it's not, you have open campus. You can't.
Yeah.
Did you eat alone that day, that week?
I want to say I went to the cookhouse and had one of those bomb ass chicken sandwiches with mustard and a pickle.
Did you sit by yourself?
I probably did not. Oh no, you know what? When in my early days, that's right. No, my early days, I was hanging out with Teddy and Chris, and I would imagine Greg. I think at this early point,
Sure.
I was having lunch with those guys, like at was it National Market? And right behind, we go get potato wedges and stuff, and then go to the bank behind the bank across the street.
Oh, there you go.
And
so you weren't just wandering, ripping by yourself.
No, that's right. The
friends.
first couple days,
Yeah.
I was hanging out with those guys. They were like all freshmen. I think I was a sophomore.
There you go.
But yeah, but I'm still friends with all those guys today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The first ones I kind of hung out with are the, with Michelle and her friends, Mike, and I thought there was a third person. I think there was a third. I can't remember. There was a third one. I can't remember. But yeah, we're, still all friends today. Greg fucking does the show with me. You know what I mean? I see him every week for last 4 years, guaranteed. So. Yep. 80 social media was in person. Sure. Your social media was in person. It was house and orchard parties. And to go to a house or orchard party, not a house party so much, but an orchard party, you had to have a car. You had to have a ride.
Or a friend with a car, right.
And then being the new kid, and it's not like you had to go to the parties, but think about it. You socialize. That was like the main way of socializing back then. And, you get to hang out in school, but then, you go out to a party or something and people can relax a little bit. Kids are drinking and generally, people are nice and cool, right? So you get to meet folks, and then like the next day at school, it's like, oh, dude, so and so's at the party last night. Actually, I got to talk to him. He's pretty fucking cool, or whatever, blah blah blah. So it wasn't just about going to get your party on. It was another way of networking, another way of just meeting people and just kind of.
Well, and Ripon too seemed weirdly exceptional or accepting in that regard compared to at least the way movies would portray hick towns, right? There wasn't the like, you ain't from around here, are you? Like sort of temperament that you might expect from the way 80s movies taught you about being
right.
The new kid in a town like ours,
So that's perfect timing. The next bullet is sitting in class and just talking to the person next to you, right? So wherever the empty seat is that day when you walk in, there's an empty seat, that's your chair, right? And then, in school, we all sit in the same chairs every day.
Yeah.
At the same time, same spot, right? So shout out to Kim, sophomore English, who was super cool. We're still friends today. I still have her on social media. But sophomore year, I think she just sat next to me, and we just chit chat or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And,
best place to do it.
it was super cool, right? So, anyways, shout out Kim for being nice to the new kid. That's what it says. My lifelong friendships, I made my sophomore year. For sure is Greg, right? We call him McDurb, Chris, Ted. Shout out to Ingle, shout out to Eugene, shout out to LJ, and shout out to Peter. Rest in peace, Peter. But these guys I met all my sophomore year, and some of them I hung out with more than others. But you know what? Over the years, we're still all tight. We're still pretty good. Peter passed away, but
I forget he's dead, dude.
yeah, he passed away.
That's a trip.
Yeah,
That's a trip.
Yeah. But the rest of those guys, I made those friendships my sophomore year, and those obviously it's a blessing. It's a God thing, I think. You know what I mean? Here's some solid people. You're gonna meet them first, right? Here's some other folks, but here's some folks you can lean on, throughout the years. You know what I mean? And so it's really good. All of us, I think, to some degree, had, something to overcome in our life, some significant challenges, all of us, and they're all different, right? We all know what mine was, and and we all come out better on the other side.
Yeah.
And so we have, that kind of bond, and we all have that kind of connection too. It's like we knew each other then and we know each other now.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's pretty cool. So maybe that's why we got to be friends or whatnot. So being the new kid was beneficial in a couple of ways, right? If you had some kind of effed off reputation at your old school, you got to leave it there unless you brought it with you.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So if you're an a-hole at your last school and you're an a-hole here, guess
For
what?
instance, if you're handcuffing kids to backstops or setting fields on fire, that sort of thing, and then you just like leave that behind,
Then nobody knows that shit.
I'm saying hypothetically. I wasn't like
That was fourth grade. That was probably fourth grade for both of them.
that's so funny, dude.
Well, because I know the field was fourth grade for sure.
Sure.
And then Jeff. Oh, that was Mrs. Vest's class. That was fourth grade. Oh, shit, I had a hop in fourth grade year, didn't I?
Yeah, man.
Good Lord.
Reputations, dude.
I heard that, too, from a lot of teachers. Your reputation precedes you. I never really, like, blah, blah, blah. It's like, So I know you're
Long
an asshole
is the
before you
shadow
even
that
get here.
goeth before me.
Yeah. My front shadow stood silently.
You know, Nate was a new kid our sophomore year, not in our town. He grew up in Ripon, but he moved out to Tracy. And that summer before he moved there, we were playing a bunch of shows in Unlucky 17. So I knew a bunch of the hot chicks there.
Right.
And it was like the first friends he made. And Nate always says this is the best thing that ever happened to him when he was a teenager, is being the new kid in Tracy without anybody knowing anything from Ripon before. Not that he was picked on or anything like that, but it just gave him the ability to rebuild who he wanted to be from that age. You know what I mean? 15, 16 years old. Nothing but a bunch of hot chick friends and other girls being like, who's that new kid who's friends with all the pretty girls over here? You know what I mean?
Right.
Changed his confidence, stuff like that. You know, benefits, man.
Yeah. So he got to reinvent himself a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Quite a bit. Quite a bit.
Quite a bit, didn't he?
Yeah, man. I didn't see him one time our senior year, and he was like 215 pounds and 100 pounds.
remember
Yeah,
that.
remember he's skinny when he left. He's like
Yeah.
135, one of those sophomores where you're just small in the waist.
Right.
And all of a sudden, our senior year, he's
Well, that's right. That's right.
like Mike Engel drinking, or Mike, right? Mike Engel drinking milk. Was it Mike who all of a sudden
Well, it wasn't all, but yeah,
bulked up?
he's
Yeah.
twice as big as he was in high school.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I remember too.
Yep. Yeah.
Hey, Mike, you got bigger. I've been drinking milk. That's
Yes,
what he told me.
I've been drinking milk. Yep, I've been drinking
Yeah,
milk.
I've been drinking milk.
Love that guy too. He's a faithful too. He watches. He tunes in quite often too. So appreciate that guy. Fucking love
Yep,
that guy.
Love
So-
that guy. Ingles are family, dude.
Oh, I was go over some of these comments real quick. The Retro Bazaar, shout out. The Stepfather, Some Kind of Wonderful, Less Than Zero. Let's play a game to where we try and movies that came out in 87. The Stepfather, Some Kind of Wonderful, and Less Than Zero. I guess all those came out in 87 also.
Some Kind of Wonderful is good.
And Less Than Zero was
I don't know, Less Than Zero.
that's Robert Downey Jr. He plays a drug addict who overdoses and dies.
That's right. That's a good movie, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Fucking weird. Who
He's
knew?
good in it, too.
Who knew?
He's good in it, man.
I wish I could share my potato wedges with Spanky. Hells yes. Shout out to that guy.
Spanky.
Peter.
Bicycle Pete, dude.
That's what you knew him as?
That's what I knew him as Peter or Spanky, but people my age knew him as Bicycle Pete. Who, Bicycle Pete? You guys call him Bicycle Pete? You know? Nah, he's just Pete to me. You know, my brother Jason's friend. That's Pete. I saw him. Nah, never mind. It's a story for another time.
Yeah, that's so again, that's that small town thing, and I didn't join that circle until sophomores, until we're 15. You know what I mean? 15 turning 16. Yeah, from kindergarten, and always been friends. I get that. Like you guys will post like the elementary school pictures and stuff, and it just kind of just keeps going back. And what's this one? In 1987, some of the bangers: RoboCop, Lethal Weapon, yeah, Wall Street,
RoboCop,
Dirty Dancing, Hellraiser.
Dirty Dancing.
Dirty Dancing was 87, and it wasn't even on this list. Really? Did it not?
I used to have dreams with that song in it after I watched Dirty Dancing because I thought that chick was so hot.
Really?
I was like 3 or 4 years old, dude. I would hear, I had the time of my life. And I'd like go to sleep dreaming about her,
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'll put baby in a corner. That's what I felt about it.
All right, let's wrap this up here. I think I got one more piece here. Here we go. All right, I'm going to try and repeat these things. It's just a matter if I use the same template over and over again, because I'll just forget.
Sure.
It's like Memento. I got to leave myself notes. Leave myself notes or I'll just forget shit. It's not really that bad. But all right, Gen X advice. Here we go. Whoever's listening, Gen X truly doesn't ask for help. We are problem solvers. We will figure it out. Don't be afraid to try. Don't be afraid to fail. Be afraid of not trying. Besides, no one is coming to rescue you. We are responsible for ourselves.
Truth.
That's it. Short and simple. I would zone out after that.
That's it. That's the length of your attention for it.
That's it. That's all I needed to say right there.
Sure.
And don't be afraid to fail. Be afraid of not trying. Get out there and do it. Besides, anyone who's going to make fun of you is either your best friend or doesn't freaking matter.
There are some activities that if you find that you really enjoy getting better at it, you get excited to fail at. You know what I mean? Because you just like the attempt so much.
No, I use cheat codes and I win anyway.
Sure.
Unlimited ammo.
Yeah, I get that.
I mean, I like a challenge, but I still want to win.
You don't get tired of video games that way sometimes, dude? Or the Game Genie just, it's like, all right, this game got boring.
Yeah, but I don't ever want to lose. You don't play to lose.
Sure, I guess.
I'll try new strategies, like I'll like use all of one kind of, like total annihilation. I'll use like whatever I have to minimal for defense, just so I can build enough of one type of unit and try and swarm.
So, but you don't have any, like, let's shift from hobby activities, but like skill sets that you look back at your first attempts of, like, say when you were writing code and you just like look and you're like proud of yourself for God, that's not good at all. When you look back at it and there's a part of you that's like happy to see how much progress you've made from those early attempts. And like,
yes. So Battletoads.
That's a great one.
Battletoads.
Battletoads is a great one.
That's a great fucking game.
Yeah, man.
All right. That's going to do it for us tonight, folks. I want to thank you guys for tuning in and hanging out with us. Greatly appreciate you. Once again, anyone and everyone listening outside of the United States, hit us up on our socials, man. Love to chit-chat with you. And to all of our love, family, and brethren and Gen Xicans inside the United States, California, and our East Coast. I want to look.
The Gen Xicans, dude.
Much love. I want to see who it is real quick. It'll only take a second. Here we go. Come on. Oh. I got to verify that I'm a... Oh, fuck. Hold on, it's right here. I'm doing. Oh, the District of Columbia, D.C., just shot onto the map and is second only to California now. So I don't know if one person just started downloading everything and did all the things. We got a few listeners out there, but you know what, DC, you're on the map. Shout out to DC.
Pretty good little count right there too.
That's not bad. I mean, dude, this is a 3-month count.
Sure. So that's multiple episodes. That's a spread across multiple episodes.
Oh, this is a 30-day count.
So that's like 4 episodes.
That's 4 episodes.
That's pretty good, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Splitting that between about 21 people, right? 22 people. If you figure, what I'm saying is if you figure, let's say 90 something,
Don't
500.
say it out loud, but that's how many.
Sure.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
And that's in 30 days.
That's pretty good, dude.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
It's growing.
Climbing, dude.
Fucking blew up, actually, to be
I like
honest
that.
with you.
I love that.
Yeah, so nobody else saw those numbers before.
Yeah. That's why I'm not supposed to say it out loud.
Yeah.
I was saying hypothetically.
I haven't even told Greg those numbers yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice, man.
Not recently.
Nice. I wonder if you're starting to get inserted into the algorithm at a higher clip because of
you know what I mean? Little spikes like that. We had a spike in Brazil one time. South America, Brazil spiked at like somebody, or there had to have been a couple of folks or whatever, but like 400 downloads in like one day.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, so like a nice little spike.
Is this counting your shorts or how does it work?
This is audio.
Episode?
This is
full audio episode.
This is the audio after I take the audio from the episode and upload it to this.
Nice, man.
Yeah. So anyways, we're dragging our listeners on with you. Hey guys, now we're back. Sorry about that. Hey, a little insight to the Podbean stuff. So we out. Love you guys. Oh, we have a new comment.
What's that last comment real quick for an encore here?
Oh, it's the Retro Bazaar. You guys like retro content and some really cool content, go check out the Retro Bazaar. Those guys are pretty cool. TikTok, they're pretty strong on TikTok, and they got a YouTube channel too. But
is it a podcast?
It's content. It's like retro content, throwbacks, not just 80s stuff,
channel.
but it's my buddy Joe.
Sure, very cool.
Peace out, everybody.
Late.